Eyes front, Devil Dog! Right here! Secure your gear. I've got fresh intel for you. The modern day enemy may strike anywhere, anytime, even in friendly environments. Whatever your background, MOS, or assignment, your fellow Marine is your greatest asset. The individual first aid kit, or IFAK, is standard issue in today's military environment. You all have one. You received initial training on it at boot camp, at SOI, and prior to deployment. Now I'm going to introduce you to the basic components and use in the 3 phases of Tactical Combat Casualty Care, or TCCC. Care under fire, Tactical Field Care, Tactical Evacuation Care. Giving you an overview of how the IFAK can save your life or the life of your fellow Marine in various combat situations. When your beloved corpsman is not available, you will be the one to provide aid to yourself or a wounded buddy while continuing to press the fight. Don't let the first time you take a hit also be the first time to put your IFAK training into practice. Every unit will have their own SOP concerning the packing and placement of their IFAK on their gear. Talk to your corpsman and make sure that your IFAK is ready to go at all times. How about explaining this to me?
Well, as you can see, there's a lot of new components to it. First, we have our Cat 2 tourniquet. It's utilized to stop major hemorrhage from the arms or legs.
It's gonna be all right.
That can be used in conjunction with combat gauze or quick clot combat gauze, which has an additive in it that makes the blood clot. You can stick that into the wound and then put this H-bandage right over it and it will stop that bleeding. Then we have the H-bandage, which is a pressure dressing, utilizing this H-shaped material here to bring the pressure really down over the wound. This would be used for bleeds that don't necessarily need a tourniquet. Moving on, we have our dry sterile burn dressing. It's a lot like the old cravat, but it's made out of a material now that won't stick to burns, so it's just excellent for use in that regard. What we have here is a penetrating chest injury kit, which comes with a Bolin chest seal, which is a one-way valve so that air can be released from the lung. Additionally, it comes with a chest seal kit, which is a large sticky pad used to close the exit wound if there is one.
Sucking chest.
That's exactly what that's for. And finally, we have the TCCC card, which is utilized to document all kinds of patient information.
I gotta say, gentlemen, this is a big improvement over what we had back in the day.
It is. It's nice to have. It's good gear.
Saves a lot of lives. Your best resource on the use of the IFAKs is your corpsman. Talk to your doc. Now, let's take a look at some of these items in action. When you're in country, you face threats every time you step outside the wire. All right, here's the scenario. You're under fire, and the gunner has been hit. The bright red spurting blood indicates an arterial wound, and this Marine can bleed to death in a matter of minutes. You have to act immediately.
Hold pressure in.
Care under fire means that you and your unit are still under effective enemy fire. In care under fire, the only medical treatment rendered is the use of a tourniquet. In this situation, stop life-threatening bleeding with a tourniquet. Movement of the injured Marine and other medical treatment can come later. But when you're under attack, suppress the enemy fire. Take cover if possible and stop the bleeding.
Getting non-line medevac started and prep the LZ, we have a bird coming in.
You've got a man down and in bad need of medical attention, but the enemy still has the upper hand. What is your next course of action? When a Marine goes down, it's up to you to provide aid while continuing to press the fight. Your IFAK is your best friend in combat. It is your survival tool. When you're providing self or buddy aid, remember that the treatment is only effective when done correctly. does fall to enemy mines or IEDs, the IFAK can provide life-saving treatment. No doubt about it.
You gotta lift leg up. You got that. You got that. He's having trouble breathing. Show him the chest.
Now, effective treatment can save a life. Once the enemy threat is eliminated or the casualty and his unit are no longer under effective fire, tactical field care commences.
Poncho. Ready? 1, 2, 3, roll. Yeah, active wound.
At this phase, use the IFAK components to help stabilize the patient and prepare them for evacuation. Now, this should be done after achieving a reduced level of hostile fire.
Good. 1, 2, 3. Down. Check tourniquet.
Tourniquet's still good.
Yeah, still good.
All right. Finally, medevac will arrive. The wounded Marine is on his way to complete medical treatment, and you can continue the mission. Whether engaging the enemy, building rapport with the local population, or providing aid to a wounded Marine, every warfighter has the duty to press the fight and complete the mission. Talk to your fellow Marines who have experienced combat, or the doc about the use of the IFAK.
So, Sergeant Little, you've been injured in combat. What would you tell the new guys about the IFAK?
What we use mostly with combat gauze and tourniquet and pressure dressings. All that right there, you can stop pretty much everything that could happen to you, whether it's an amputee or a gunshot victim. Combat gauze and a tourniquet will stop pretty much everything you can happen.
Sergeant Soto.
I would tell them, get up with their corpsmen. Have their corpsmen teach them everything that's inside that IFAK, because it can and will save their life someday.
Everyone should know how to use that kit. You don't have to be a doctor or a corpsman to be able to apply first aid in a combat situation on the battlefield and save this individual's life, right?
Correct.
So that's the important thing. If you don't know about it, you need to learn about it, right?
That's correct.
Remember, you have to be the best, not only with your weapon, but with all the gear at your disposal. Be there for your fellow Marines by knowing how to use your IFAK and help get every man and woman serving in the combat zone home safe and sound. Hoorah, Semper Fi!